I didn't think it was gonna be like this. Oof, another day, another clinical day. Jeez, I'm tired, but it's time to go and get these comps today, right? Oh geez, I have not posted in months. It's been crazy, but I'm here finally to let you guys know what's been going on with my life, why haven't I been posting, and kind of like catch you up to speed what's been going on. So I guess where do I begin? First things first, I have not expected fall semester 2021 in X-ray school to be like this, fully in person. As you guys know, all through last year, we were all on Zoom. The only time we would go on campus was for our labs. And then we obviously went to clinical. But as for classes and stuff like that, we did everything on Zoom. So this semester has been completely different. And I didn't think it was going to be like this. Like, I came into fall 2021 semester as a second year X-ray student, and I was like, I got this. I got through all first semester as a freshman. I can do it in my senior year. And I've kind of just been like, wow, this is crazy with dealing with exams, dealing with the excessive amount of comps that we need to get this semester, dealing with our labs, all of that in conjunction with commuting 45 minutes to campus and commuting an hour to my clinical site, my new clinical site. It's been, needless to say, very hectic and crazy. And I just have been trying to find the time to film a YouTube video, work on top of going to school, and then trying to maintain somewhat of a personal life. Because as we all know, we're not robots. Like, we need to have time to ourselves. We need to have time to hang out with our friends, all that good jazz. So, God. But anyways, enough with rambling on. Let's get down to what's been going on. So first things first, this year will be the first year that we change to another clinical site. And that's been an adjustment for me just because my old clinical site was 20 minutes from my house. Now this one that I go to is an hour from my house. So it's definitely been, another burden because of traffic and stuff like that. And it's been like really expensive. Like, if you guys live in New Jersey, the tolls are like astronomical here. So I've been spending like $75 in Easy Pass. These past like couple 3 weeks, it renews every single 3 weeks. And I'm just like, come on. And gas is super expensive as well. So that's another um, but yeah, it's just like learning the different protocols that they have at my new site. Like, I feel like they're very like strict with their fluoro stuff. At my old site, it was kind of just like, yeah, like mix the barium together, shake it up, give it there. And the rad kind of like takes over and, just moves the patient and does everything. At my new site, it's kind of different, like very specific with the water that you put into the barium. The techs really cater to the radiologist, and you just have to know which each different radiologist, like what they like, what frames per second they like, what they like to see, how they like their things set up. It's an adjustment, so yeah. And equipment is like completely different too. Like at my old site, we used GE and a Carestream. Love the GE, so user friendly, and it marries with one another. So literally all you have to do is like push the handle on the bucky and everything simultaneously moves. And the same thing with the table. Once you get it lined up, all you have to do is move the table and you're golden. At my new site, we use Siemens Healthineers, I think is what it's called. The ER has that, and our outpatient floral has that too. And they're nice, don't get me wrong. It's just learning the computers and how to, post process and stuff like that can be a little bit confusing, but once you get it down, I'm sure it's not that bad. And then we also have some old Philips equipment that's digital, but it's like digital from 20 years ago. Like, honey, there is no touchscreen in there. Every single time you want to make an exposure, you have to, they call it, you have to cock the bucky. So, you go in for your chest x-ray, PA, you take the first image, you notice you clipped it. You got to go back in there, pull the bucky out, pull it back in, and then like recenter so you don't clip it. And that's like kind of annoying because like if you don't cock the bucky and you try to make an exposure, it just like turns all gray, the picture, and then you just like have to go in there and do it again. And it's just like a nuisance when you're trying to do, for instance, like a C-spine that has like so many different like images, especially if you're doing like obliques and stuff like that. Like you have to remember every single time to cock the bucky. It's annoying. Needless to say, that's one of the main rooms we use. So I've been getting plenty of practice with that. Okay, so let me think. We are doing physics, which is a whole nother animal. And I'm going to be honest with you, it sucks. It really does suck. It's just like stuff that I'm not really interested in. And I don't know, I feel like I do really good in classes that like kind of mimic what you do in clinical. So for instance, last semester we were on equipment operations. So we learned about all about AEC, fluoro, and the semester before that we learned all about equipment exposures and like KV, MAS, stuff like that. I like classes like those because you can actually see what you're doing and like kind of relate it back to it. Physics is just so boring, like rectification, rectifiers, transformers, generators, motors. I'm just like, this is boring. I'm sorry. But it's a lot of memorizations, it's a lot of formulas, and it's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely do have a hard time with it, but we're trotting along, okay? Like we're almost to the end, and I think we're gonna make it, which is good. The other class that I'm also taking is typical positioning class. We finished everything that we need to learn position-wise for the semester. We've gone through all of spine, and right now we're on CT. So I'll insert some pictures over here, probably of different things we're learning. We're just learning the basics right now, just like head. We did neck, and right now we're on chest and abdomen. So yeah, it's basically just naming anatomy, major anatomy, I should say, nothing like intricate or anything like that. That's for if you try to go into CT another time. So yeah, it's kind of just to get our feet a little bit wet with that. So that's okay. And my other class that I'm taking is our QC, QA, QM, all that type of stuff. Let me tell you, that class is boring and I literally fall asleep in it every single time. But you got to pay attention because there's so many different things with QA, QM, QC. There's so many different testing for QC. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I have like this book that's like this thick and it's just all of the different QC testing for every different piece of equipment that an x-ray department may have. So yeah, it's a lot and it's a lot to, grasp and take in, but that one's going okay. Right now we have just passed that after being on it for like 8 weeks straight, and we're learning special modalities now. So mine's was cardiac catheterization. I was the first group to present our special modalities project. So that's always intimidating. I did fine on it. And that was the first time I ever presented in front of my professor before. So that's always fun. But yeah, we're just going through literally everything: nuke med, radiation therapy, MRI, CT, all those different ones. And that's going to be basically till the end of the semester. So yeah, that's basically what's been going on. I've been working significantly less because I really do not have time to work. I mean, Monday and Tuesday, I have clinical 8 to 4, but it's an hour commute there and an hour commute back. So imagine doing that and then having to work and then do the same thing on Tuesday. Like it's rough. So I'm trying to avoid working Monday and Tuesday so I don't have to do that. And then Wednesday, I do work. I have class up until 3, and then I'll end up working like 4 to 10. And then Thursday is just like my full day on campus. So I have class from 8 o'clock in the morning, literally till 8 o'clock at night is my lab. And I have like a big gap in between because I have the night lab class. And then Friday, I work because I don't have class, I don't have clinical. So that's the only time that I can really squeeze in working, a full day is on Friday. And then I also work on Sunday too. So that's that. Trying to figure all that in. Getting ready for the holidays, which is always fun. Thanksgiving is coming up tomorrow, I think. So that's always fun. Get a little 1 day break because we don't have classes on Thanksgiving, which is nice. So yeah, I just wanted to catch you guys up to speed. My life has been hectic, trying to balance everything with work, personal life, clinical, and trying to get acclimated with my new site and everything, and trying to just remember it's a very rough semester just because physics is its own animal on top with like QC, QA, QM. Like that's a lot of information to retain. So I'm just trying to keep up and trying to do the best I can. I mean, after this, it's one more semester until graduation. So I'm super pumped, but also terrified to take my registry. So I've been studying here and there between my big gaps in lab. I've been on RedTech Bootcamp. I've just been doing like quick little 25 question tests to see kind of where I'm at. So yeah, I've been doing that. I have not been doing so good on the test. Don't tell anyone. But that's just going to come with time. I mean, we're talking about like they're quizzing me on things that I learned first semester that I haven't touched since first semester. So you're going to be a little bit rusty if you don't keep doing it over and over again. So that's kind of what's been going on. And I'm sorry that I've been like absent for so long. Like I've seen multiple people come up to me and have been like, "Oh my God, like I've seen you on YouTube," and "Oh my God, I've seen your videos," like techs or like first year students. And I actually feel really good about that. Like a little bit awkward at first because I'm like, YouTube is such like a big community. Like you wouldn't think that like someone comes up to you and says like they know you from YouTube. So yeah, it's definitely cool to like hear people like watch my videos and stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to catch you guys up to speed.